So,
Well, happy fucking Easter.
hey,
You know, because we're big celebrators. I shouldn't curse, but I should just say happy Easter, shouldn't I? That's not the proper way to do it.
it's not
But
very Christian.
happy shove chocolate in your face and pretend you give a shit about the Lord Day, George. You
Thank
know,
you.
that's what
Thank
it's
you.
all about. And
It
we got our heads thinking, we were like, we should probably do something for Easter. We've done all the other major holidays, you know, and even some that are not holidays. And we was like, we'll do a watch along, but not a lot of Easter themed movies. Not really, you know. And I'll be fucking damned if I'm watching Hop with James Marsden again,
come on,
right?
it's a classic.
And I'll tell you what, it did briefly cross my mind the notion of should we do a watch along for Passion of the Christ?
I suggested this. We talk
Right?
about.
And then did you say that? Well, anyway,
Yeah,
we thought about doing Passion of the Christ, but then more I thought about it, I'm like, that might be a little bit insensitive. I don't know what we're gonna say, and we're gonna be like reacting to it like it's a wrestling video, you know. And then the Romans come in with the change, whoa, you know. So we didn't want to do that. So then one of us had the brainwave of, well, you know, everyone loves an egg at Easter. And what's the eggiest movie of them all? One that we know, one that we love, I think. And that is, of course, Ridley Scott's 1979. Is it 79? 79's Alien.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to talk about, you know, things rising, you know, rising up and fucking you up. Then there is no better. There is no better, absolutely, than this Alien, that just simply titled Alien. You Google it, and it's not always the first thing that comes up. But anyway, that's fine. We're gonna watch this shit. I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited to I'm stalled now because I think my TV's done the thing that I don't want my TV to do. I'm excited. I'm excited to have a little pop at one of the greatest movies ever made, to be honest, George. I don't know what we're going to say about this. It is one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion.
We'll get into opinions a bit more.
Maybe one of us doesn't love it. Maybe we've got a blasphemer here on the Poproast podcast. So I'm ready. I'm sure you're ready because you're always ready. So we're queuing this up.
If you actually plan to watch along, just to let you know, we're watching the version that's on Disney Plus streaming. So
weirdly, yeah. Who thought there would have been the day where this was on Disney Plus, or that there was even going to be a Disney Plus? It's a weird world we live in. There was a little bit of worry because I thought if one of us is watching it on the DVD and it's going to be like a slightly different edit, because there's a few different edits of all of these movies floating around.
There are, and we've got the one on Disney Plus.
We've got the Disney version.
Hour 57 minutes.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, yours says 28 seconds, does it?
Oh, what's yours say?
Mine says 27. Mine says 27 seconds.
You must have paused at 1 second in, then, mate. You better.
No, because it's at the end. It's got the 000 and then the 15727. So maybe it's a
in.
Maybe it's just an internet speed thing, and they're just, maybe they know that you love it so much they're like, look, just cut this guy a break, give him an extra second, all right? Because he's gonna need it. Anyway, we are currently at 0.000 seconds, and I guess we'll do a 3, 2, 1, and then we'll kick it off.
Yeah.
Have a little sip, get ready for this. You know, this is intense stuff.
Right.
And we're going to do a 3, 2, 1, press play.
Better have that volume down.
Got that volume down. Missing out on that 20th Century Fox fanfare theme tune. That grainy. No, you're too good singing, George. You're gonna get his copyrighted just from your singing.
Ridley Scott
and
film.
Absolutely. So we start off like just bare, like we are in just the fucking barren wastelands of space, just dark, grainy, just matter of fact font. We're not even getting the title, it's building it up. Because who needs to know what you're going to watch, right? Harry Dean Stanton.
Legend.
Amongst many other legends in this movie.
Yeah, there's a few.
We don't need to tell you who's in this movie, but Ian Holm.
We'll talk about him.
We'll talk about Ian Holm. There's a whole lot of Holm coming up.
Yaphet Koto. Music by your boy
Jerry Goldsmith, who I totally remember his name every time. Did Star Trek and
so many
everything. He did all the stuff that John Williams said no to. But Alan Silvestri
for
this
film. No, oh my god, how have you forgotten all of
I have,
You only got one for The Omen.
The Omen, there we go. Yeah, directed by Richard Donner, who we don't need to talk about anymore. Because Richard Donner, director of Superman and Lethal Weapon. And did he do the Goonies? He did the Goonies as well, I think.
Yeah, he did Goonies.
Absolutely.
Stromo.
So, yeah, this is great. So it's just like, it's just like
tons of mineral ore.
Because that's important. We don't know what the ore. I don't even know if they really get into what the ore is for or why. Because it must be valuable shit, right?
Yeah, you'd assume so.
Because like the amount that it costs to run this mission, and we're just going to send these fuckers into the depths of space on this massive ship. So they're collecting a lot of ore, George. They more ore for everyone, right? And they might as well have built this whole ship, right? Because this just looks like it looks like a real thing, like a real place that you would be inhabiting.
Yeah.
Obviously, just the idea that they're like these, like, blue collar, like just truckers. This didn't even need to be space really, apart from the whole alien part of it. But these are just regular people. Well, yeah, obviously it needs to be in space, but it wouldn't matter if they wasn't. Like, it just feels real, which you don't get a lot of these days. I did recently. Yesterday, I read quotes from Fede Alvarez. He's doing the new one, and he said that he didn't want to do any CGI. They built all the sets, they built all the creatures. So hopefully, we see more of that quality or this quality in that.
Get into the production design in a bit, but yeah, I mean, we all know this. The xenomorph is synonymous with H.R. Giger, however you want to pronounce it. How do you pronounce it?
I've always said Geiger.
Yeah, I said Geiger, but every documentary I watch or hear, mostly American people refer to him as Giger.
Butchering the language.
I don't know. I think that might actually be the correct. I did actually hear, a European say it that way, and he was Swiss.
Yeah.
He's from interesting character, but yeah, again, we'll get more into that. But here we have
absolutely love it. Yeah.
Have a more picking up.
We missed it by a few seconds now, but one of my favourite shots of this movie is the coffee cup on the computer terminal, because I think that just kind of, because I just think that kind of just sums up, like, you know, again, like these regular Joes, you know, it's just, this isn't like a big glossy like battle station spaceship, you know, designed for like dogfights and warfare. This is literally, it's just people at work, you know. This is, it's not a big deal. Blue collar, yeah. They're going to work, you know, on a long distance journey, fucking long distance journey, and they're having a nap. And here we go. Loving this. You think John Hurt looks a little bit like Orlando Bloom in this, or is it just me?
I think it's just you.
Okay, it's just me.
I can't see. I don't know. Maybe some other people will share that opinion. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know. The first thing that you want to be talking about.
Orlando Bloom. No, I'm not seeing it myself. He looks more like Tom York from Radiohead, if you ask me.
Okay, you know what? This is very I watched the music video, No Surprises, where he's just like, his head's in the bowl, right? And he's just, you know, just not a lot of air, not enough sleep. Tom York has never had enough sleep in his life, I swear to God.
He's got plenty of money, though. All right, just for a second there, I could see Orlando Bloom, okay? All right,
there we go. The fact that they're just getting up, like, and just strolling. Can you imagine, like, because being asleep in cryo sleep for like years, fucking years.
Yeah, surely you'd take some. That'd be quite. You'd be a bit fuzzy, right?
Mate, I crossed my legs for 5 minutes and I could barely stand up.
The woodpecker leather things.
Yeah, and again, it's all just that stuff, like, this is just shit that you would have on your desk or on your dashboard if you were driving a truck or whatever. You know, it's just...
Oh, fuck that up.
Yep, what have you done?
Should have hit the subs before, mate.
Oh, you got no subs. Oh.
And it's timed out on me, so we're already out of sync. Excellent.
Oh, mate. Well, you just adjust yourself forward a couple of seconds, and this is why you had the extra second, George. They knew it was happening. They knew it was going to happen, so they just like, you know, we need to give this guy an extra second to bounce back. We're smoking in space, by the way. Talking about idiots, George.
Well, they must have a good extraction system, I imagine. I'm guessing Geiger.
I guess so.
Designed that for them too.
Oh, absolutely.
Those fancy pipes and stuff. All the tubing.
So did he design like all the production stuff as well? Or is it just the aliens?
Bit on it. I was going to wait till we got to the actual alien, like, you know, the planetoid. But I'll give you a little bit. Production designer Michael Seymour worked closely with Geiger, who had to scale down his original designs to make them more cost effective. But yeah, like this room, this is just, I've got all the blinky lights.
Too many lights.
Too many lights.
Is there a function to these? It's like if you've got 8 lights here and 4 lights here and no lights here, then it means like everything's fine. But if you've got 6 lights here and 2 lights here, then it means that maybe the air filtration system has got too much nicotine in it. You know, like,
read that over monitoring address matrix interface 2037. That's all right.
Not far off at all.
Is that the year though? I don't know if that's just the number of the interface.
It could be. And talk about the interface, not a lot of labels. Yeah, it's Tom York. But not a lot of labels. I think more than like learning how to, like, when you're an astronaut, you've got to do all this like training to like deal with like the pressure and the stress and the launch and the takeoff and all these like mental like endurance tests that you have to do. Nothing compares to having to remember all those fucking buttons with no labels on it, mate. That is where the IQ, I think, of an astronaut really comes into play. Why wouldn't you put labels on them? Just in case you forget.
It's madness.
It is madness. Who's this actress? Where else is she in? She's. I did have it in a. Where is she? I'll find you.
Veronica
Cartwright. There we go.
And is she any relation?
She was in The Birds.
Oh,
Nancy Cartwright, maybe. I don't know. The Witches of Eastwick. I don't remember her in that. Did we talk about The Witches of Eastwick recently? I'm sure that came up at one point.
But yeah, she's done a fair bit. She's been working.
Yeah. Good old English lady, probably not related to Nancy Cartwright, I would imagine, who I would assume is American.
Oh, yes, 100%.
She's from Bristol. Wow. Still alive, still kicking it.
Yeah. Tom Skerritt.
Happy day. Tom Skerritt, that's the man with the beard.
Yeah, what else have we got? Oh, yeah.
Love a good beard.
Yeah, good space beard.
Can you imagine, again, waking up from cryo sleep and all that drool, like all those years of drool just fucking sliding down the side of your face into your beard? You're fucking stuck to the...
You got trying to catch it. And yeah, that's a fact. None of them really had much of more than a 5 o'clock shadow after picking a plot hole.
Yeah, they should all have beards, right? They've been fucking asleep for ages. Like Ian Holm's coming out looking like fresh as a daisy. Stanton's got the 5 o'clock shadow coming on. Sigourney Weaver, nothing. Didn't even bother to grow a beard for the part. Completely unrealistic.
She might have been sporting a bush. Sorry. I mean, they all were. Let's be fair. This is the
it is the 70s. I mean, not for them, it's not. Yeah. But at the time of production, it was the 70s, and then we got a nice undershot here of the ship. Plenty of balls, because they love some sort of genitalia related imagery in these movies, don't they, George?
Well, I would put that down to Mr. Geiger.
He loves a bit of that. Ridley Scott's he's not completely devoid of fucking blame.
No, you know. I'm sure that was part of the attraction. I can't remember. I had it somewhere who actually introduced Ridley Scott or showed him Geiger's artwork, and he was literally like, "No, that there is the alien. That drawing there. That's what I want. That's basically what the alien has to look like." And he made obviously some alterations to make the suit, or just to make it the design wearable.
One of my favorite quotes on this, and we're getting a little bit ahead, but we'll talk about it. So when they're coming up with the concept for this movie, and obviously the concept is bunch of dudes or people on a ship, alien gets on the ship, shenanigans ensue, right? And the writer Dan O'Bannon, he said the main problem that they had when they kind of basically had the general outline was, how do we get the alien onto the ship? And then he said he woke up in the middle of the night and he had the idea of the alien's going to screw one of them in the face and they're going to give birth on the ship. And they're like, that's it. Wrap it up. That's the movie. Like, that's the final piece that we needed, was, again, more maternal genitalia themed visuals.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't just pitch a movie. You can't. You turn up at the producer's office and you're like, like Roger Corman, sci-fi, aliens from outer space, right? But what if we take it seriously and it's all dicks and fannies? Like, what? Because if I pitch that, it comes across totally different.
I'm sure it wasn't pitched quite like that, but just a quick note.
Oh, I'm sorry, dicks and vaginas.
Yeah, Dan O'Bannon actually is responsible for one of my favourite films, and that's Return of the Living Dead. He adapted the screenplay. He made it way better because it was John Russo. I mean, famously, the rights from Night of the Living Dead, the two companies split paths. George Romero took Of the Dead. Russo retained the rights of The Living Dead, and his original novelization, or his script for Return of the Living Dead, was definitely far more less comedic, and it would have sucked. To be honest, if anyone knows anything that John Russo's done apart from Night of the Living Dead, none of them are great productions, unfortunately for him, or for anyone that's seen them. Not to throw shade.
Harsh reviews for zombie movies here, yeah.
Oh man, it's across the board, man. Children of the Living Dead. If anyone's ever seen that, they know what I'm talking about. But anyway,
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, it's not good. Tom Savini's in it for about 2 minutes, and that once he gets, oh fuck it, spoilers. Once he gets dispatched, it all takes a nosedive, like an epic nosedive. But yeah. Anyway, Dan O'Bannon wrote and directed Return of the Living Dead and made it the classic that it is. Quite a character by all accounts. But yeah, he and Ronald Shusett wrote the screenplay for this.
Yeah, that's the other guy. Yeah. I didn't have
for some classics as well. Total Recall. He did Aliens as well. He's written quite a few bits. He's been involved with pretty much all the Alien stuff, to be fair, from the looks of things. Prometheus, Alien versus Predator. Shame about that one.
What? I mean, it's fine. I'll die on the hill with the Alien versus Predator movies are fine. What was you expecting? And did you get that when you saw those movies? I'm pretty sure you fucking did. You got aliens versus predators. You even got some humans in there. So,
yeah.
What do you want? Second one's a little bit dark on the cinematography. But look at this. You can't fucking see what's going on. That's why they need all these lights and everything.
I'd say it's lit well enough. I mean, there's a bit of there's some problems going on with the ship and whatnot, and
yeah, they're having technical difficulties.
Behind you. Did you just see wind howling? No, are you what's on screen right now for you?
Okay, so we've got underneath of the ship, couple of lines of lights underneath the ship, nice silhouette. They're on the planet. Tom Skerritt's pressing buttons. Skerritt, whatever.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind you. Yeah, I'm only just getting there now.
Sun's coming up in 20 minutes. Like, if they know the fucking the cycles of the planets, from these planets that are like so fucking far away, you'd think they'd have a bit, just go the extra mile and get some extra information on what to expect.
Well,
But they wait until they're right fucking there. Terrible.
But did they not say that this destination was not on their route originally? Am I wrong there? I swear that happens in most of these. So like, oh, look, we found another location. They're like, oh, but we don't know anything about this location. Like in Covenant, they're like,
yeah, we'll just roll on in there. Oh, what, a distress beacon? Oh, great.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're on a planet, right? You're getting swarmed by fucking aliens. You're getting your guts ripped out. You're fucking smashing out your stomach, ripping your chest open. You send out a distress beacon, and you're like, it's all right. We're sending some fucking ore truckers to come in. Thanks. Like, really? This fucking billion-dollar space industry in the future, and we can't just like have like a designated like rescue response team. It's like, oh, well, we've got some truckers that are in the area. They'll come by. You know what I mean? Like, if I've been stabbed on the street, and then it's like, okay, we're going to send a FedEx guy to come and stitch you up again.
Well, would you not just be happy to have someone there? You know, like in this case, they're like, you know, light years feasibly away from.
I mean, I'm happy, yes, but only in the sense of like, well, now I've just sort of seen some other like familiar faces, you know, but it's not going to help. You know, it's like you're on your deathbed, and they're like, well, here, you know, look at a nice picture. You know, it'll make you feel a little bit better, but you're still going to die.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Ash doing his little. I know I'm behind you, but he's just a little wave.
Right. So, what are you like? 2 seconds behind?
I'm at least 20 seconds behind you, I reckon.
20 seconds.
I'm not going to try and fast forward because you know.
Well,
like,
I can pause for a few seconds.
Yeah,
I can do that.
I can see, don't worry, Parker.
Sigourney Weaver just told the other guy to fuck off. So that's where I'm at.
Pause it there. Why don't you just fuck off? What? Yeah. All right.
All right, there we go. So I think we're back.
Yeah, cool.
Steam's pissing out of the walls.
Yeah.
Happy days. Or maybe that's just somebody smoking. It's just Harry Dean Stanton's just got a blunt off in the background.
Sounds like it wouldn't be out of...
I think that would probably be... Yeah. Absolutely.
He was...
I mean...
down with the counterculture, from what I understand.
Oh, of course he was. Of course he was.
But also... quite a respectable gentleman. Not to say that you can't be a respectable gentleman and enjoy a blunt, you know.
On a spaceship.
Whatever you're into. Not us though. We're good boys.
I mean, you would. They must drug test you if you're going to be an astronaut. But so. I mean, that's the sci-fi dystopian part of it, right? Like, just the standards have just slid so far. Is like they've gone into the future now that space is just like a normal space travel. Is just so like, yeah.
These space truckers to be space trucking. Who cares what they're smoking?
And take the cat with you as well.
Yeah, why
really?
Not? Jonesy.
You know what? Absolutely missed opportunity. Spoilers alert, because obviously, you know, we've all seen this. But missed opportunity. Come on, put an alien in the cat. What a wasted opportunity. You know, they did it in the Thing. You got the dog. You know, it's
that still fucks with me when I watch that. Right?
I don't wish harm on animals, by the way. I'm just saying, if you're going to put an animal in a movie with like body inhabiting space creatures, it's kind of like you expect it. You know, it's Chekhov's gun, it's Chekhov's cat. Like, you set the cat up, you fucking put an alien in that bitch, and you see. I want to see what the cat version of the because they must be different, right? Depending on what they which I think is kind of what they get into a little bit in Prometheus as well, right? It's like the alien is only that way because of the different things that it goes in and out of, and it sort of develops in a certain way. So if you put one in a cat, and then maybe it comes out, it's got a little bell on its neck so you can hear it come in, you know.
I feel like the cat's there purely for like that. It's like having the child there. It's like, will the child be harmed? Oh, is the cat going to be in danger? And then you're like, oh no, the cat's safe. That's fine. But yeah, here we are anyway. We're starting to see some of the Giga work. Giga Geezer.
Yeah.
And yeah, his work is kind of hard to describe. You say, oh, a lot of it looks like dicks. Giant dicks. And vaginas.
Yeah, I mean, art is a weird thing. I mean, you can have like a Jackson Pollock or a Picasso, or you can just have like a metal, shiny, twisted alien dick and vag, you know, and that's fine. It was the 60s, the 70s, absolutely fine. Well, yeah, but when he was coming up, you know what I mean? Like, when when Geiger was in like art school, it's probably the 60s, I would imagine.
Yeah. I've got a few books on him. And yeah, it's interesting. Like, a lot of his stuff early on was just like pen and ink drawings, and then when he got into airbrushing was when he really started to find his style, I guess. Actually, where you really see like the immense detail. But yeah, this is just this whole thing. It looks just like a wall of penises, basically.
Because a lot of his stuff kind of looks like it sort of almost looks like digital art before digital art was really a thing.
Yeah, that's how good he was with the airbrushing. It was just fucking so clean, like immaculate, amazing stuff. But yeah, I mean, he basically created the biomechanical, organic style, I guess. But yeah, I've got just a little bit of info on these sets here. They're all like made from plaster and actual bone, like real bones,
real bone.
Yeah. But a lot of them are just like hollowed out structures that were covered with tubing and then airbrushed or painted. And then there's a lot of like, backdrop paintings. Yeah, funny thing about the smoke so they said before shooting, the Nostromo crew on the planetoid, the production team pumped the set full of smoke to fill out the expanse. Apparently, the smoke was composed of a low-grade diesel fuel, vaporized and suspended in the air. And a lot of this, obviously, this film on sets in the UK, and they're saying if it was filmed in the US, that they wouldn't have gotten away with using said smoke. It would have to be it just basically just wouldn't have.
Was it like it's in violation of like health and safety?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, these chemicals, not good. The cat's made out of asbestos. Like, everything's just.
Cat's breathing asbestos.
Yeah. Fuck it. Who cares? Back in these days, you would do shit like that. You would have like toxic fucking glue in the prosthetic makeup and all this kind of shit.
But does this not this you can see in the skeleton in the
the big dude in the chair, yeah, love him, just chilling.
Massive, right? So like, you never see any xenomorphs quite that big, or do you? I guess the queen's pretty big. but you don't see anything quite that size. From what
Nah. Maybe like
a giant.
Maybe we've got this is the runt alien. You know what I mean? Like it's face hug this big old fucking chair dude, and then it's kind of, you know, because he's just sitting in the chair, he's just gaming, he's eating junk food, right? he's not taking care of himself. He's just like a fucking slacker space jockey dude. So he's got none of the good vitamins and nutrients. So when the alien goes into him, it's not developed enough. So it's just a really fucking lame duck of a xenomorph. So they're lucky, if anything. You know, if they would have had like a healthy one.
Whatever this thing that facehugger latched onto, it was whatever it is pretty big. It's interesting that we never seen any other types of aliens besides the xenomorphs, or obviously you got the different types with the chest bursters and the.
Well, this is what I'm saying. There should be all these different creatures, right? Or, I mean, maybe it's like an uninhabited planet, but you would think there would be something there, and there would be other variations of xenomorphs running around. You know, maybe they've got like, you know, whatever their version of like bugs or bears or whatever they've got. Or maybe at this point, maybe they've already wiped everything out. And all we got left is just this one fucking face hugger just hanging out.
I feel like some of that's sort of touched on in Covenant. You do have different types of. You got the little ones, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been interesting. I'm surprised. Maybe that could be something they could explore in future films, like more of these other.
You know what I want to see? What happens if you get a face hugger on a xenomorph? Like, what happens if they're all like, they're just stranded and they start cannibalizing each other? Does it just like, you know, does it just keep stacking up and like getting stronger and stronger, and then you just, or maybe they don't do that, you know? It's like xenomorphs are savages. They'll burn your face, rip your stomach.
Maybe the acid blood would just like burn through the chest burster.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Like they've got that defense mechanism there, so you can't. You know, you know what that is? It's the what's that there's like that blood disease or something that you get if you're like a cannibal, right? If you eat too many people, you get like some weird like blood defect or something. I don't. You're the zombie guy. You must know this stuff.
I guess I don't know about cannibalism.
Don't you get like? Do you get like haemophilia or something if you eat too many?
Haemophilia is when you stop bleeding, isn't it? Oh, there's the eggs. Happy Easter.
Cheers to that. Yeah. No, I'm sure there's some sort of blood disease that you can develop from eating. I don't know because I don't do it. It's not my thing. Illegal. Luckily.
I don't even eat animals anymore. So I don't know. No.
Fucking hell! That's been a while.
I didn't have to really. I've said it now. I'm one of them people.
Well, yeah, it's fine. It's not like you're like wearing a t-shirt.
No, I'm actually eating a Dawn of the Dead t-shirt, so I'm pro cannibalism in a way.
Pro cannibalism, but I draw the line. I draw the line at eating chicken. Yeah.
No, I feel like something. What was that film? Is it The Descent?
You know what? Great movie. The weird cave like goblin dudes.
Yeah, they might have had a bit too much blood and not enough sunlight. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we're getting into it now. But I mean, he's got the space helmet on, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. By the way, if anyone knows the weird cannibal blood thing, leave that in the comments. I'm sure I've read that somewhere, that like if you eat too many people, it has a bad effect on you. So what my point is that maybe it's the same thing as like, you know, that's why they've got the acid blood to stop them or prevent them from like cannibalizing each other, and you know, you end up with like weird like inbred face huggers, you know, two tails, whatever. Absolutely fine.
Actually, go on.
No, I was gonna talk about the stupidity of like how long he was looking at that egg for, because I'm like, I see an egg on a planet.
This is odd.
I'm out. I am out. I'm a trucker. You're not fucking Space Indiana Jones. You're not fucking explorers or like Space Steve Irwin. That's not what you're there to do. If I'm at work, anything that is like slightly out of the fucking range of my job description, I'm sorry, I'm just like, no, I don't care. I don't care. You know,
I don't get paid enough for it. Well, yeah, but yeah, straight away, like the fact that Ash disobeys, you know, Ripley's order, and he's acting sketch already.
He is acting sketch, but also the fact that he's disobeying orders makes you even less like, I mean, because obviously you're not going to assume in 1979, you're not assuming that somebody's going to turn out to be an android, because there's no mention of like, you know, context of like, oh, there's androids in this universe. It's just not a thing that comes up. Why would it? So that's just completely out of the blue. So the fact that he's disobeying orders, even if you were going to think that he was sus, that would throw you off the scent even more, I guess. But obviously he's off. You know, he's got that he's got a little of the tism going on, you know, a little bit too intense and curious.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's funny you say, hang on.
He should be the first guy out there.
Do you know what the time that this is, the time it's actually set in is 2122.
Ooh, not too far off.
So 102 years. Well, no,
102 years.
98 years from now.
98 years. There we go. We got there. You know, we're here to pop roast podcast. We're not here to math roast, math cast. Okay.
Yeah, cut me a break.
But if you've got an Android, send the Android out there.
Yeah, you'd think it, surely, but they don't know he's an Android at the time, do they?
Well, they don't know. But if you're the company sending a crew of people out there, I don't want an android in charge of fucking medical, you know, attention procedures or whatever. I want it, sorry, and this might be like classist or racist or something, but if I've got androids, you're the pawns, mate. You're the fucking cannon fodder. You're first one going out there. I'm sorry, I don't care how sentient you are or what fucking emotions you developed. Get the fuck out there, poke the egg, mate. You know?
It's against androids.
Hashtag poke the egg. If anyone's watching this, tweet at me, Dean Lee Live, or is it just whatever it is, tweet at me, poke the egg, hashtag poke the egg, just to let me know that you've watched this. So if I get one of those, it might be like 5 years time, you know, I'll just get a hashtag poke the egg.
How do you break yours? How do you hug yours? Back to the alien blood.
Yeah, go on. I'm up for this.
It was conceptual artist Ron Cobb who came up with the idea that the alien should bleed acid. This came about when Dan O'Bannon ran into a wall with the screenplay and how to handle the last half of the movie. He needed a good reason for why the crew members don't just shoot and the thing and kill it, but still not make it an indestructible monster that can't be killed. The acid blood was the idea that solved this problem. But does it really? I mean, I guess obviously the acid burns through the ship and whatever, but like you could still surely shoot the fuck out of it. And
I mean,
I guess it would just melt all the way through, right? If it doesn't stop.
If it carries on going, yeah, like I mean, obviously, I suppose with any like chemical or solvent or whatever you want to call it, we're not here to chem roast chemcast, but yeah, you would want to be careful. But then sometimes you watch a sci-fi movie and they're on a ship and people are just fucking unloading all over the place.
Yeah,
you know, so it's not always something that you would necessarily pay attention to. You know, I think, you know, sometimes that level of realism isn't necessarily going to be helpful to your movie, right? But yeah, you don't know how many layers can this burn through. Once you've figured out that's what it does, and you don't want to find out, really. I mean, they're literally finding out right now.
Yeah, but yeah, the acid blood is a nice touch.
I mean, you don't have to shoot the alien. You don't need to fucking gung ho John Wayne running in there, fucking blasting away. Strangle the fucking thing. That's my that. Fucking get up behind it and just fucking choke it out, mate. No blood. You know, and I'm not an expert. Admittedly, I'm also not going to be the first guy to try and stealth up on an alien and choke it out from behind like a commando.
You want to get away from that thing as soon as you see it.
Well, yeah, but if you've got to kill it, you've got to kill it.
But to be fair, you ain't going to grab onto that dong face shaped dome piece and try and snap that around. By the time I imagine its sensors are quite, you know, the fact that it can get around like silently and, you know, sneak up on you, like, yeah. Right. Oh, here's another thing: the blue lights. Blue laser light. I'm just reading IMDb trivia at this point, but some of it interests me, so I'm gonna just inflict it upon.
Yeah, if you got it, fucking flaunt it, mate.
Who are you? Yeah, sorry, it's not that funny. It's not that funny, but the blue laser lights that are used in the alien ship egg chamber were borrowed from the Who. The band was testing out some lasers for their stage show in the soundstage. How weird's that? Oh,
that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. I mean, we don't want to talk about that guy too much, really, depending on what you want to read or what you want to believe. But, you know.
I had someone refer to
yeah, still wait. All I'll say is this: we're still waiting on that book, Pete. We're still waiting on that book. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
We were researching stuff for, but yeah, they refer to that as the Townsend research. Anytime a person of that, you know, description comes up, which kind of, it's not funny in any regard, but it, you know, it's an interesting. It's kind of funny that term.
Yeah, and and then we had to research him for the blue lights, and all of a sudden, you know,
looking at IMDb. I have no, I don't know. Keith Moon was a good drummer, I guess. But then some people
absolutely.
Say, whatever.
Was he the one that choked on his own vomit? Was that him?
Lots of them. That's quite a common.
I think that's happened to a couple of people. I think Bon. I think Bon Scott as well, right? From AC/DC. Nah. This is why you need the acid, right? Because as soon as you fucking a little bit comes out, that's gonna wake you up, you know, and then you're not gonna fucking die. Hopefully, you might have a little bit of a mark, you know, running down, you know, permanent fucking spunk stain on your face, but at least you would have made it.
Wait,
Here, we've not even talked about Sigourney Weaver yet.
No, we haven't.
She's not the main. She's not like this movie doesn't in any way telegraph her as like the main character. I think it does that really well. She's barely even, you know,
20 minutes, half hour, not even that.
Yeah, and we're only just starting to sort of like really get to know her, you know, other than, you know, the fuck you from a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we've seen that she's an authoritative figure, but she's only just starting to like display or assert her authority. But yeah, this is the template, right, for the strong female heroine.
Oh yeah, like, you know, final girl will eat your heart out, you know.
And yeah,
I think if I was watching this and I didn't know, at this point I'm thinking like Ash is the guy, right? He's the one who's like paying attention, he's watching everything. So you're thinking, this guy's like, he's smart, he's just fucking being observant. He's probably going to be the one that makes it all the way. You know, he's like the nerdy one, he's the medic, whatever.
Well, let's talk about this for a sec. Can you remember when you first saw this film?
Yes, I can't pinpoint. I was too young. I was well too young. I'm at my nan's house and we're watching this and I'm probably 9, maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. Even now, like there's no gore, there's no blood. It's just like it's fun, like really cool sets. You know, this might as well be Star Trek: The Next Generation up until this point, which I also watched with my nan.
Oh man!
So shout out to her. She's not going to watch this. She's dead. But anyway, we're watching. Yeah, we're watching this, and obviously, we're getting up to the scene now where, you know, the game changes a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And at that point, so I'm watching it. I'm just enjoying it. You know, it's a little bit tense. It's a little bit weird. I'm not quite sure where we're going. And then the thing happens. The big thing that we all know is happening in a minute. And then from that point on, I'm like, I'm behind cushions, fingers or whatever. I'm just like, you know, so I don't really remember. I didn't really take in the last sort of half of the movie for that point. And then, but what about you? Was you too young?
I was probably at the right age. I was like, I want to say I was 12. No, I must have been 13. Yeah, past 13. I know I'd seen. I watched a lot of stuff. My older sister showed me stuff far too young. Like, you know, I remember one of my first or earliest memories of watching a horror film was being shown that scene in the TV version of It. My sister specifically, in for the George E. You know, Pennywise in the sewer in the drain, storm drain thing, and then there was Nightmare on Elm Street, stuff like that. But I didn't see this one till like I was 13. But I had most of it just like basically ruined for me. Like someone told me like before things were gonna happen, they were like, "I'll watch this bit," and then I basically got told that Ash, you know, was a bad guy already.
But not specifically, yeah.
No, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's a robot." Like it was my mate's older brother. He's like, "He's a robot," and he's fucking basically.
See, I didn't have older siblings or anyone, so I didn't get the spoilers or anything like that. But also, I didn't. On the flip side, I didn't get like that warning, because if your older brother or your older sister says, "Oi,
it's my
You got to watch this. You're gonna love this. You know they're setting you up for fucking bullshit, right? But when you're fucking just casually, just a fucking Sunday evening with your nan, and she just puts it on, you're not expecting. You've got nothing, no clue. You're just like, oh, well, this should just be nice. It'll just be like, it's just like Murder She Wrote, but in space, or it's just going to be like one of those kind of things.
That's the thing. I guess, like, before I could even talk, I know I was told that I was obsessed with like the Ghostbusters. So I guess I kind of had, a penchant for things that were kind of spooky, but like, Ghostbusters. There's a couple of scenes in it that are legit, like, would scare a child, and I remember them still scaring me, but still being like, obsessed and loving the rest of it. But when it was the rest of the stuff where it's like legit, like horror that children shouldn't be watching, I'm sure there was still stuff like where my mum would let me watch it, and then it gets to a certain point, she noticed I'd get freaked out, so she'd be like, "Right, no more for you," sort of thing. But my older sisters would just be like, purposely show me something that would scare me because they're kind of a bit evil that way. But yeah, like you say, if you're watching, your nan's pretty cool for exposing you to it.
Well, to this day, and I'm never going to know now. I'm never going to know. Did she know? Did she know what was, or did she just think, oh, it's just like a space movie? You like Star Wars? Here you go. We'll just cuddle up with a fucking Horlicks and watch this. Or
and then the gore.
Did she know that she was like going to be pushing my boundaries or whatever? Because there was some other times where she would just put stuff on and she was oblivious. Like, it didn't occur to her that I shouldn't be watching it. But that other stuff was more like real life crime kind of related stuff. And it's one of those things where she doesn't realize that it's inappropriate until it starts getting inappropriate or whatever. So I'll never know kind of what the logic was. Like, now what the fuck were you thinking? What were you thinking? No, you were the best. You were the best.
No, clearly. I mean, the fact that she didn't turn it off or make you stop watching it was, speaks volumes.
Yeah, which my parents would have done. Like, they would not have been happy. Oh, I definitely. Nobody thought I could handle it. I was a pussy as a kid. I could not handle anything, mate. You know what used to freak me out as a kid? Like, them like fake plastic like witch fingers that you would wear for Halloween. If somebody had those on, I'm out of the room. Like, I was just like, those do not look like what they're supposed to look like. If you've got the fucking fake teeth and the fake blood, the vampire shit, like the stuff that you would buy from like the pound shop, anything that was kind of like had a weird like rubbery, gooey kind of texture. It wasn't like the actual thing that was scary. It was just like, it was a sensory.
We just completely talk over the chest burster scene, by the way.
We might have done.
No, we didn't.
It's probably for the best. Maybe.
No, we didn't. They're all too far.
No, they're fine. They're fine. It's fine.
I remember now. Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
am I in the minority here? Because I think the face hugger is the scariest version of this creature by a mile. If I've got the choice to be locked in a, oh, go on. If you've got the choice, you can be locked in a fucking, say, a house, right? Not just a room, but like a whole house. You can be locked in a house with a face hugger or a fully grown xenomorph. Which one are you taking?
I don't know, man. The xenomorph, like,
give me the xenomorph every day of the week. Every day of the week.
Yeah, Tom York's.
Yeah, absolutely. He's fucking indigestion.
Well, yeah, back to your question, the hypothetical. I don't know, because the xenomorph are fucking pretty terrifying as well. But yeah,
absolutely. But I'd like to be able to see where it is. You know what I mean? I don't want this little thing that's like
scurry around,
zipping about, and you know it's going for your face. A xenomorph is just going to fucking mouth or tail stab you through the chest, probably. That's it. You're done.
Yeah.
But I want to see it coming. I want to see it coming. Here we go.
Yeah.
Fucking. This is fun, right? Because some of them are having like breakfast. They got like muesli and like orange juice, and then some of them are like smashing beers and eating like John Hurt's like got some ramen going on, some fucking stir fry or something.
Yeah, it looked like some stir fry.
He's famished, mate. He's famished. Which you think he'd already be full without even eating. It's just like, there he goes.
Eating for two.
That's he's just craving ice cubes. His hormones are fluctuating all over the place. He's snapping at everyone like, I don't fucking want any orange juice. They're like, dude, what's going on? It's like...
Oh, here it goes.
But yeah, like false sense of security. Like it could have just been a case of like, you know, he wakes up like, and it's straight away like screaming. But they almost let you forget about what happened to him, and you're like, okay, that's fine.
Oh, he's all right. Oh no,
it's like a space mosquito, right? It's just had a weird little thing, and then the real creature is going to show up later, right?
Yeah.
But the real creature, George, as we all know, the real monster lives inside. That's where it is. And here we go.
Oh yeah.
He's coming out. Look, it looks like Stevie Wonder. Superstition. He's out.
Yeah.
There we go.
Chest bursting scene was not filmed in one take, despite the myth. Scene was filmed twice. On the first take, the chest burster did not make it through Kane's shirt, so the crew needed to reset and shoot it again.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
It's visible in the finished film since Ridley thought it made it look like the creature was struggling to push its way out and made the scene more violent. See the Beast Within documentary where this is discussed. Also, on the chest burster sequence, so John Hurt stuck his head, shoulders, and arms through a hole in the mess table, linking up with a mechanical torso that was packed with compressed air to create the forceful exit of the alien. And lots of animal guts, which, according to Sigourney Weaver, caused the set to smell horribly. The rest of the cast were not told that real blood and guts were being used, so to provoke genuine reactions of shock and disgust. Apparently, this worked so well that Yaphet Kotto went home in complete shock afterwards, locking himself in a room and refusing to talk to his wife for several hours.
You know what, like
stuff like that, like
stories like that are fun.
They're
but
fun
also
for everyone else, but the actors like experience genuine trauma for the sake of the art. Like,
it's bullshit as well, though, because it's like, oh, we wanted to get a real visceral reaction, so we just threw pig guts at their faces without telling them. And it's like, not only is that like, that's bullshit. You wouldn't get away with that in this day and age, right? But also, just hire better actors. Have an actor just. If you need to throw pig guts or fucking not give your actors like the script or like the scene like as it's supposed to be, and you need to lie to them and throw shit in their fucking faces to get the reaction, get better actors, get somebody who knows what's happening.
I don't know, man.
And fucking reacts to it properly. You know what I mean?
I don't know how.
I'll tell you what I want to see though.
Go on.
I say what I want to see. I want to see the disaster artist of the making of this movie. So where they're doing the multiple takes and the alien can't like quite burst out of the chest and the fucking mechanism doesn't work properly, and they're like, cut, do it again, do it again.
What the documentary Beast Within. You see some of that stuff, but
no, I want a dramatized version.
Speaking of the guts thing, there's two stories. Like there's Day of the Dead, where oh man, it's gonna kill me now. I can't remember the actor's name, but he plays Rhodes. He's like the military, the head honcho of the military. Basically, they had a bunch of real guts that they used when he got like torn apart. Spoilers. By zombies, but they went on a holiday before shooting the sequence, and someone forgot to someone unplugged the refrigerator, which the guts, the sheep guts were being kept in. So when they come back,
stinky,
they stank so bad apparently. Yeah, and literally he was like gagging. But yeah, that's grim. But another scene that reminds me of when they didn't inform the actors of certain things, or like you hear the notorious thing about Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where he kept his distance from everyone on the set. So when they first saw him, it was like a genuine reaction of fear.
Yeah, but also
that's a bit different.
Don't you trust your but don't you trust your actors to be able to act like the fear? Like, what? Why have we got?
Maybe you just want that genuine reaction rather than someone acting.
No, get better actors.
You don't get more real than that. I don't know.
No, it's fair.
These guys aren't the best.
I mean, I can't. I'm not going to win anything anytime soon. Mind you, I'll be a lot easier to deal with on set. You haven't got to warm up the guts or isolate yourself on set. You just got to come up with the pound shop Halloween witch fingers. I'm fucking off, mate. Wouldn't take much to fucking get the reaction out of me. But I tell you what, love it. I tell you what, I also watched with my nan as well after this was Spaceballs, right? And again, she might have done this on purpose to make me feel better about this movie, because there's that scene in Spaceballs, right, where they do the chest burster scene in the diner.
Yeah.
Right, and the thing comes out and it bursts out of his chest, and then it does a little tap dance routine across the table. I'm not kidding. I saw that scene in that movie, and I laughed for about fucking 3 weeks. That shit just fucking, and again, it might have just been response to the trauma of having to watch the actual version.
Yeah.
But that is one of the best, one of the greatest parody scenes of all time. Obviously, Mel Brooks is the fucking king. But
good stuff.
Here we go. Oh, it's the cat. There you go. That's why we've got the cat.
Yeah.
You know what? I call bullshit. I fucking know cats. That cat would have found that fucking thing and shredded it to pieces in 5 seconds. Cats are you think a fucking alien is scary? Cats are the fucking the worst predators of them all. That thing would have fucking been fucking smacking it under its paw, just fucking dragging it, smacking it, dragging it, smacking it. The whole movie's over. The cat just saved the day.
Yeah, I've got another fact for you on the cat front.
Oh, hello.
One of those things that I know that you're not a fan of, stuff like this.
Oh,
Get Jones the cat to react fully to the descending alien. Spoilers. It happens. A German Shepherd was placed in front of him with a screen between the two, so the cat wouldn't see it at first. The screen was then suddenly removed to make Jones stop advancing and start hissing. This is one of those things where they put, the animal in a state of distress for sake, which is
that is a little bit fucked up, but also just get a better actor.
Get a better cat.
Get a better cat, one that can fucking scream on cue without having to like rile it up.
A better cactor.
Absolutely cactor, yeah. So, I mean,
Method.
that kind of stuff was happening. Like, you don't do that kind of stuff anymore, probably. Like,
I don't know.
But back in the day, man, like, you think like actors were getting treated badly, but having like guts thrown at them or whatever. Like, fucking kids, animals, and little people were getting the rawest end of the fucking deal. They would do anything, you know, to them to fucking to get a scene to work on screen or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said it before. It's just, you know, just purely shredded condoms.
Is that what it actually is?
No, it's not. Sorry, shredded condoms were used on the face to create the gels and stuff. That's.
So what, shredded condoms sounds like the worst breakfast cereal.
Oh.
You don't even need to put milk on it. You need milk.
Grim.
Just a bit of sweetener on there.
I'm pretty sure that's what I think. Going back to that kid who told me about Ash being, you know, he let the cat out of the bag, and then when you see the whole, you know, the android juice blood going, kids, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just about learned what that was at that age. And I was like, gross. But anyway, yeah, like you said before, when you trigger an animal's fight or flight response just purely for, you know,
it's a little.
I mean, you could argue that that sort of stuff happens to an animal on a daily basis from
it does, but
when you're doing it over and over again, it's a bit
no, stuff is going to happen to an animal like in the wild on a day-to-day basis. Things are going to happen to people on a day-to-day basis. That doesn't mean that that makes it okay for you to do it. You know, people drown every year, like every week on holiday, going scuba diving and shit. Right? That doesn't mean that it's okay for me to grab your head and shove it in the bathtub for 10 fucking minutes. You know, like it just. And again, I'm not the vegetarian out of these two people here, so I do feel like a little bit like this isn't really my argument to be making.
No, but I mean, like,
because it was the Jackass thing, right? That I brought this up when I was like with the scorpions. Yeah. I'm like, you know, you're a fucking stunt man. You want to be crazy and do weird shit, and you know, put yourself in danger, put yourself in pain for comedy or for a movie or whatever. You signed up for that. They fucking didn't. Here we go.
This is the fucking first review of the Xenomorph, right?
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit, you know, just that grin, you know, that big old shiny forehead, you know. Isn't she lovely?
Shredded condoms in there somewhere. Shredded Johnny's in there somewhere. The cat's just looking like, yeah, cool.
Cat, no empathy. The cat just doesn't care at all.
Your cat will watch you get torn apart by a Xenomorph. And then
they literally will.
Where's the food?
The cat will eat everyone after they're all dead. Like,
yeah, they do apparently.
Do we? My memory's failing me. Do we know how does the cat make it out of this?
Have you not forgot? Have you forgotten? Yeah, of course.
I do not remember what happens to the cat because I know there's that website, right? Does the dog die? Have you ever heard of this? Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I've never visited the website.
I've never visited it. I know people that have. You know, some people are very. You know what? Believe it or not, some people don't like to see helpless animals being hurt or harmed or scared. And I just wonder if this movie would flag up, like, you know what? Well, there's no direct animal cruelty, but maybe the ship does blow up and then maybe the cat was on it or whatever. Like, is that the line? You know,
cat's not on it. Spoilers.
the cat's not on it.
You
But
don't
also,
remember?
if you're gonna love and cherish all of animal life, right? Does the xenomorph not count?
It's an alien.
That's an innocent creature. The xenomorph hasn't done anything wrong. It's just doing what it does. It's just a fucking, you know.
You could argue that, yeah, they went into its environment and then it just happened to attach itself to their craft. But at the same time,
That's exactly
is it innocent when it kills off, a bunch of humans? I don't know.
Don't know, man. I don't. It's got. I mean, it's obviously got some level of intelligence, but you know, it's not more. It's not more intelligent than like a dolphin or something, I guess. You know, it's just the dolphin's a lot prettier. You know, you can put a dolphin on a little pendant, or you get a dolphin tattooed above your fucking arse crack. You know, so because it's pretty, that makes it okay. You know, but because it's ugly, yeah, we can fucking put one in the fucking disposal chute and set the ship to self-destruct or whatever. Absolutely fine.
He's back in the light room, by the way. And
he's loving this light room. You think he's the only one who ever goes in there? You think he's the only one who knows how to read the lights? You know, like that's his special. Like that's his like special training. Like he knows. Like Ash is like knows the medical stuff. Well, you know, he can read the lights.
He's figuring.
Stanton can read the labels, or the lack of labels. You know,
Stanton can't do shit now.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out, you know, what's up with the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Again.
And Mother, obviously, he communicates with Mother, which is like I guess it's an AI.
Yeah.
You know, but then wouldn't Ash be the one? Like, again, that's a job that's a layup. That's a fucking layup. You fucking communicate. You wouldn't even need the lights. He's just fucking, you know, he's just vibing with the mother. You know,
he's relaying
the information, getting the information. You know, then he can tell everyone else what Mother said or whatever. Like, it's just a complete you know, the delegation of responsibilities is just fucking completely out of whack. Oh, we got another vagina metaphor. There you go. Love it. You know, just lots of things going into things opening up and putting things in things, and that's absolutely fine.
I think you've perverted.
A little bit.
I don't know.
It's like, dude, like, so we're picturing this movie, right? It's going to be violent. There's going to be blood, fucking acid, aliens bursting out of people's chests. This isn't a commercial hit, but it's all right. We're going to put fucking vagina metaphors all over it. That's going to be what sells the movie, you know? 1979, happy days. It's not the 60s anymore. Fucking, what's his name? Dan O'Shannon. Did I fucking get it right? Brannon. Dan O'Bannon. Not Brannon. You know, this dude looks like he could be fucking. He looks like he could be George R.R. Martin's creepy uncle.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned. There's some on the documentary for Return of the Living Dead. One of the actresses talks about how she was invited to his house, and then she walked into said house, and he had porn just playing on the television, and but that wasn't what made her like freak out and run out. It was the fact that it was just like guns and just out on the coffee table, and she was just like, "Yeah, fuck this, I'm out." Just like ran out. But yeah, apparently he was a bit bit of a
He's
creeper.
loving it. He's like, right, this alien design is pretty much, I think I've got the whole thing down, right? Like, I'm writing the movie. I know what the alien could do. It's got the acid blood. It's got the face hugger. It needs something else, though. And then he's watching the porn. He sees the dick coming out. He's like, that's what it needs. Put another fucking dick in its mouth. There you go. Fucking sorted it. And and again, this alien's got fucking acid blood. You've got to come up with different ways to kill it. You are on a ship with limited oxygen. Flamethrower? Really? We go straight to the flamethrower?
Yeah.
Which, you're a trucker. Why have you got a fucking flame? Why did you need a flamethrower? Why is that on there?
Standard issue on...
Standard issue flamethrower. Here we go. Oh, look, even on the radar, you've got the sperm going for the egg. You know,
it's just all on the brain, isn't it?
It's not on my brain. It's in the movie, George. It's in the movie. You know, it's all on purpose.
That shot there, just reaching out.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
So he wants a hug. She wants a hug.
He just reaching out. He just wants to connect. You know, it's Easter. You know, the holidays. They get lonely. I just wanna hug your face. You know, I just want to give your face a big old warm hug.
Yeah. Yep. What's this geezer? Eddie
yeah,
Powell.
Black guy's got a bandana on. Shit's about to get real. You know that much. Well, and the fucking black guy ties a fucking rag around his head. She's losing it. She's going with Shelley Duvall.
Yeah. Playing it to the cheap seats. But yeah, you would be freaking out, I imagine. But yeah, no, I wasn't. Oh, there's one guy, Eddie Powell. He was the guy who was in the suit, I believe.
Right. Great job as well, because like if you see like some of the behind the scenes stuff or like the designs, and it's just like the guy in the suit, and if you kind of just see it like just as you know, like as it is, it doesn't look great. You know, you really do need like a good cinematographer and a good director, and you know, it's not just in the design or in the actual like the look or the suit or whatever. You know, it's like it's all the filmmaking elements kind of coming together to like it. Everything kind of does its part to like make it like the iconic kind of thing that it is.
Yeah, and yeah, the physical performance. What you could argue, you could put anyone. It's like, you know, when people say, "Oh, like, you know, anyone could be Jason Voorhees," but like certain people, you know, tend to put over your boy.
Absolutely not. Yeah, like if that's me, if that's me in the Jason mask, you would know. You know, it's not going to work.
No offense,
I could be 7 foot tall, right, and I could be fucking 8 foot wide, and I can have the boiler suit on, I can have the mask on, I've got the blade, you got the lighting, you got the music, everything, and then I come walking out, and then I fucking just trip, you know, like it's just. You know, I've just got like a slight, like I'm hunching my shoulders. I haven't got the confidence to be like a killer robot, machine, alien being from hell or whatever it is you need me to be.
You just like adjusting the mask on your face like it's your glass.
Absolutely. I come out and it's like that big hero shot, you know, I come out and then it's just like, he doesn't care. Jason does not care what he looks like. The alien does not care. It's a fucking animal. It's a creature of instinct. You know? But yeah, no, absolutely not enough credit can go to the people doing those roles, and anyone says that like anyone can do that is fucking crazy to me. Like, everyone can say words, but not everyone can write dialogue. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, again, you need all of these elements to be like coming together, and everyone's doing their like equal bit or whatever. This fucking interface though, this computer stuff, like, we didn't really get away. We didn't really get away from that for a long time. You know, just like green font, black background, like nothing's ever really looked like that in real life. But it works, you know.
But yeah, this is where it's revealed that, you know, Return the Organism and Ash shows his true colours.
Yeah, of course he does. They want that organism.
Perfect organism.
But again, like, you're not equipped for that. You're not equipped for that. And you spent all these millions, billions, whatever, to send these fuckers out into space to go and get the fucking ore or whatever it is, you know, the materials, the minerals or whatever it is they're fucking getting. So now you're going to lose all of that because you're getting them to do a job that they don't really need to be. Yeah,
as well.
Again, it's not the best delegation of, you know, of resources or whatever. Like, surely it would be better to just be like, look, just bring the fucking minerals back, all right? Because we're going to lose all of those. If we get you to do the fucking bring the alien back, you're probably not going to do that, and then we lose both the alien and the fucking minerals.
He just rips out that lock of hair there.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah. And I bet there's a story on set where it's like, oh, we wanted to get the real reaction out of her, so I had to really, I thought I'd surprise her. I thought I'd surprise her. The director told me to actually rip her hair out so we could see the pain in her eyes. It's like, just fucking tell her to have pain in her eyes. She's an actress. She'll be fine. It's Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's proper playing it up now. Like, the mannerisms and stuff, like, he wasn't acting that robot-y earlier on.
No, to be fair, he was also quite jovial. Like, literally like that scene where he's like waving out the windows. But this is one thing where, you know, you could argue, you know, it's out of character, or how much character would an android have.
Yeah.
I mean,
and what a savage way to fucking try and kill her as well.
Yeah, just again, it comes back to the porn, right? He's just like strangling her, trying to force feed her a titty mag, I believe. I don't know.
But he's got super strength. He literally just picked her up and threw her across the room. He could crush her head, like, he could just.
He gives your boy a nipple cripple there.
You know.
Sorry.
Even aliens, they all robots, you know, a nipple cripple, never going to fail.
Tried and tested maneuver. But yeah, Parker.
Yeah.
Parker gets him though. That fucking.
Yeah.
And yeah, this did. I remember like the first time seeing this, just being like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
and that was
again. There's
like, "Oh, cheers."
There's very little context for it, and you know, not just in the movie itself, but like at the time in like, you know, movies or just media or whatever. Like, you're not. Obviously, there was like robots and androids in stuff, but
not,
you know,
depicted like this. Right?
Nah.
As well as this.
You know, up until this point, you know, you've got like your Doctor Who Cybermen or whatever. You know, it's very.
Right.
or he's lost in space. Maybe one of them is a robot. I don't remember. But you know, it was a very clear delineation between that, and to have that turn.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yeah, we're gonna fucking rip his head off, but also, oh fuck, I needed to know. Oh damn it! Can we rig him back up again? You know?
Yeah. Oh, it's such
Like,
a mess.
he's fucking ruined, mate. I mean, this image right here. That's got to be one of like the earliest like memes as well, right? Where people would just have that picture and be like, you know, I came, or you know, when you bust, but she keeps on sucking, or whatever. You know, like it's one of those kind of like, this is probably one of the earlier memes. Those were simpler times, you know.
Yeah, the special effects team on this, though. Man,
you know what it is, like, right? When they kill him, it's when you put some food in the microwave, you throw the packaging away, and they're like, oh fuck, I didn't look at how long it takes to cook the thing, and then you've got to get the package back out of the bin. That's what Parker just did to him. Yeah, he just like, oh, we're gonna fucking kill you. Oh damn it, maybe he knows him from our. We got to fucking spark him up again. You know, I forgot to check, you know, how long I needed to leave him to stand for, and pierce the lid or whatever.
Mm.
Is it though? It's not. I mean, it's a pretty crazy, powerful like organism.
Is it odd that
I wouldn't say it's the perfect organism.
The subtitle come up for you on that when you said that, because it didn't.
Yeah, I've got it all, mate. It's a survivor.
The perfect organism didn't come up, but I knew it was the line. That's actually my pet name for my girlfriend.
Wait, what? The perfect organism. Fucking unbridled by conscience.
It doesn't sound clinical.
That's the real. That's what you call that. Unbridled by conscience, or unbound by conscience, or whatever it was he says. You have my sympathies. Yeah, perfect organism. But it's not though, is it? Like, it's not ideal.
What you say about my girlfriend? Sorry.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, look, if she can wrap herself around your head and then make more Georges, that'd be pretty good. You know, I'll be on board then if she can do that.
Oh, melty. I forgot where we were anyway.
Oh, it's fine.
We were, it's fine. The flamethrowers are just.
That's their answer for everything.
Just burn it.
That was unnecessary. He was already like conked out. You literally had to hotwire him just to get him to tell you the last like few things, and it's like, oh fuck it, we'll just burn him away.
It's melting.
Right, we've got 7 minutes. We're gonna blow this fucker into space.
Yeah.
Just like. And here we go. Now we're kind of really. Now it's Sigourney's time to shine.
Yeah, kind of. It's still like, I said like last 20 minutes, half hour. It's not. Yeah, it is pretty much like the last 20 minutes where she really, it's just a. Does that not look a hell of a lot like Millennium Falcon?
It does. Yeah, I was literally just thinking that. Yeah, which was a couple of years before this. So I'm not saying anything, but And even a lot of those shots where it's like, you know, it's like tracking underneath the ship and stuff, you know, it's all very Star Warsy. But, you know, that Star Wars is Star Wars for a reason. They pioneered all that shit. And then Geiger came along, it's like, what is Star Wars but dicks and fannies, you know? Like...
I knew it.
Yeah. I mean, Chewbacca's just a big walking merkin anyway. Like, we might as well.
Just a walking muff, fucking.
Mate.
Muff wig, right? Isn't it? Is that what a merkin is?
Yeah, it's a pubic wig. Yeah. Which I don't know why you need. I don't. If you need. Look, if you need a pubic wig, right, just get a better actor because they'll just grow it. Like, why do you need that? I don't understand. No, I get it. It's like a little protective barrier. You put that on there, and then you can kind of bump uglies without worrying about too much physical contact. I guess maybe. I don't know.
That doesn't make sense whatsoever. How you? No, that's stupid. Merkins are a fucking lie.
Merkin 925. I don't know what I'm doing. Really, we just look. This is it's a calm before the storm in the movie. All right, here we go. Kitty. There we go.
Yeah.
Jones. They're not. No. They're not coming.
We synced up perfectly there, I reckon. It's a good thing
Happy
there's only
days.
one audio.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, well.
Do you really? Are you looking for the cat or any? Look, again, I don't want no harm on the animals, but there's me, there's the cat, and then there's the fucking xenomorph on this ship. That is exactly the kind of shit that I'm avoiding. I'm sorry, cat will be fine. The cat's already been face to face with this thing, like.
Oh yeah,
already.
Rip your boy. I forget what Harry Dean's character's name is.
Oh,
Brett.
you know, I don't know anyone really. I know Ripley, Parker, and Ash.
Ripley and Ash. Lambert, Dallas, Kane,
right.
Brett.
I'm pretty sure that was your question once on the on a trivia thing that I used to watch. It was like name like the members of the Nostromo, like the character names or whatever. It's just like, yeah, no,
there's only 8.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Well, I guess it matters if you're doing a trivia quiz.
Well, all right, fair enough. But for the context of a movie, like especially when it's this sci-fi shit.
Me,
Lambert.
So slimy. Get out of the way, Lambert.
And he's back with the flamethrower. I'm surprised. What's her name? She's lasted long. Because all she
does is.
Because all she's done is she just fucking screaming her fucking lungs out the whole time.
All up in his grill.
Like. Straight in there. Oh.
The hands.
Yeah, the hands are always funny. And then that creepy little like tail going up. Like if she was wearing a skirt, like luckily that's not appropriate workplace attire on a spaceship. It's all about the
not really.
jumpsuits.
Yeah, Ripley's got it down.
You're not calling. I'm not calling you. I'm sorry. If me and you are left on the ship, like, find me. I'm not calling out to you. I'm sorry. I want to find you, and I hope that we can figure it out.
But in this situation,
if I'm walking around the ship and I'm shouting George, 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 I know it ain't George that's gonna fucking hear that.
Mm.
And it's not worth the risk to me at that point.
At that point, yeah. Well, yeah, it is very much every man, woman for themselves. But,
or maybe if you do it as well, and then we can like distract it, you know, and it doesn't know which way to go.
yeah, I mean, we didn't get it, but
yeah, we got labels on those buttons. That's nice. On the emergency fucking thing.
It's just like every piece of crucial equipment. This reminds me. What does that remind me of?
Cylinder rises. Mother is getting low.
I could just keep thinking of Danzig. I'm not going to do it though. Don't do it.
You can't.
I was waiting for her, and she's like, "Mother, you bitch." Mother ain't playing ball. Can you keep him in the dark for life? Can you hide him from the waiting world? Oh, mother.
I mean, most of their stuff's all like about. It's probably about this movie. That's all they fucking sing about.
What are you talking about? I mean, that was the
Misfits.
Misfits.
Yeah, that's all.
PMRC,
Yeah.
remember?
No.
I mean, it no. It applies. It's ambiguous. But yeah. Some more trivia.
Here we go. We haven't had the classic shot yet. That's coming up, right? Where it gets right up in her face.
Well, it was just
that's in this one, right?
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, let me just give you another. A bit more trivia.
You know what? If I'm in this situation and it comes right up in my face like it does to Sigourney Weaver, and then the other little mouth comes out, right? And I like nothing else works. You can't shoot this thing, you can't burn this thing, you can't cut this thing, whatever. I'm gonna try psychological warfare. So when that little fucking mouth comes out, I give it a little peck. You know what I mean? Because maybe homophobia is like its weakness. You know what I mean? Like that might just throw it off just enough for me to be able to get away. And also, if I do survive, I'll be like, yeah, I fucking kissed it, didn't I? Give it a little peck. I gave it a little peck. Like, whether I die or I don't die, it's like, I know that I did that. That might just freak it out.
There you go.
Just a quick one. Little lick. Or maybe it's like a dog, you just fucking smack the nose, like got to try something.
Mother, sorry, you did it. You started it. Fuck's sake.
Well, like, technically, my mother started it, but yeah, that's fine.
You bitch. I'm talking to your mum.
I mean, it's the theme of the movie. It's all maternal, you know. It's all birth and
you know, eggs. That's what it's really all about. Chocolate eggs.
It's all about eggs, absolutely.
But yeah, quick one.
Go on.
Dan O'Bannon's original draft title was Star Beast. But he was never happy.
That's not the.
You wouldn't.
That's pretty lame. But I mean, you know what? Because on paper, Star Beast kind of sounds better than Alien. Is like the boring title, right? But I think it works because it's like it's something that's like foreign, you know, coming into like your comfort zone, whether that be on your ship or in your body, and it's just this alien. But yeah, it's not a title that should work, really. It is a bit lame, even Star Beast.
Yeah. Ultimately, yeah, he said it was only after rereading his script that he noted how many times the word alien appeared and realized it was perfect title. It works as a noun and an adjective, and surprisingly, Ed never used as a title before.
Yeah.
Which is quite surprising.
That's basically what I said. Yeah, it's a noun and an adjective. That's pretty much what I meant, but in more articulate terms. I thought I read a different working title, and I'm just looking for it now because I thought there was something else. Oh no! So originally there was a 29 pages of a script called Memory, which was another movie that he was working on, but the first 29 pages of that movie was just a crew on a ship interacting, and that kind of got amalgamated into this.
Yeah, it's funny. There's another, I guess, a different perspective on how you said about how the alien comes on board.
Yeah.
Writers Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett were inspired by World War II stories about so-called gremlins, monsters that had supposedly stowed away on fighter planes. However, during early development of their script, they ran into a writing impasse while working out how the alien could actually get aboard the ship. Shusett came up with the idea the alien fucks one of them.
Yeah.
Which was eventually developed into the face hugger concept. But yeah,
it
goes on this method of
reproduction. I mean, it could have gone some different ways there, right? Like right. Yeah. Here's the thing: this alien is going to get inside one of the dudes, who's then going to get inside the ship. Again, this is all penis vagina metaphors, right? Oh. So it's like the alien's inside the dude's inside the ship. How are we going to get it in there? What are the options? And I wonder, was the mouth the first? Was that the first option that they come to, or did they try and workshop the other alternatives?
Possibly, but I've got more.
The alien goes up his arse, George. That's what I was saying. Maybe there's a version of this movie that the alien went up his butt.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it said that method of reproduction via implantation was deliberately intended to invoke images of male rape and impregnation. So both writers were adamant that the face hugger victim be a man. Firstly, because they wanted to avoid the horror cliche of women being depicted as the easy first target. Secondly, because they felt that making a female the casualty of a symbolic rape felt inappropriate. And thirdly,
that's pretty woke.
It is pretty woke, especially
for the 70s. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that's really I'm glad that people were kind of thinking that, like, because a lot of other movies, especially around that time in the 80s as well, they just did not give a fuck. They're just like, yep, she's a damsel in distress, and also a tree's gonna rape her. Like, what?
Okay,
you know what I'm talking about, Sam.
Yeah. Also, yeah, just to finish that bit of trivia. I said, firstly, obviously, avoid the cliche. Secondly, you know, making the female casualty inappropriate. Thirdly, to make the male viewers feel more uncomfortable with this reversal of gender conventions. So yeah, it was quite woke. And here we go. There's Jonesy.
Okay, yeah, I forgot.
You forget.
I
How do you
forgot.
forget?
I forgot about the cat, man. Like, I'm not really a cat person.
Oh,
you know.
You just haven't got a soul.
I mean, maybe. I mean, if anyone doesn't have a soul, it's cats. Okay.
Cats can sense if you have a soul or not. That's why
they can sense souls. That doesn't mean they have souls. All right.
Exactly, because they want to steal your soul.
It is Ginger as well. It is Ginger. It's a ginger cat. It's coming through your soul so hard.
Careful now.
And that's not going to work with the cat in the cryo. Like, those are designed for a human. That's going to it's going to freeze it like so hard because it's small. You know what I mean? There's no mass. This fucking cat comes out and it's like a little fucking crystal like ornament and just the brittle just ting. It just
no, don't. Hey, those patterns do not fit well.
They talk about tighty whities. You know, we didn't want women to feel exposed and uncomfortable, so we thought we'd rape the guy with the alien and then put her in some tiny little tight panties. You know, no bras. No bra. She's not gonna have a bra either.
Those builder's crack.
Absolutely unflattering builder's crack, but that's fine. Not every woman's got to be like fucking bootylicious to the nines. You know, she's just a regular working lady. You know, it's not a sexual thing. She sits on it all day. Of course, it's flat.
I love the way that it's just like hidden in there.
Yeah. Surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
Yep. Sweaty thighs, motherfucker.
No one can hear your space cries, motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, you think, oh, she's made it out. It's all good.
Not
the
made
cat's
it out.
on board, but cat's not the only one on board. This cat's on board. And he's about to.
So, is it only the queen that will lay the eggs, right?
I believe so. Because that's why I was confused.
So how does this version, how does your regular one, once it goes from face hugger, it's on your face, it puts the egg in you, the egg comes out, turns into a xenomorph, how does then, is that like the end of the, it can't reproduce, do you know what I mean? Like, how do you go from that to being a queen?
Restart, does xenomorph, it lays an egg and that's another face hugger.
That's what I mean. That's it, because I thought it was the queens that laid the eggs. So, which would mean that the xenomorph would be like just the final stage, and I guess it's supposed to be like the perfect organism or whatever. Shout out to and but then is that it? Sorry, did you not say that earlier?
No.
Ah,
it's fine. I'll bleep it out.
Bleep it out because you're ashamed. I get it. You know, I'd be if she had 2 mouths and acid blood. I wouldn't be advertising it.
Fuck's sake.
It's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine.
Right, do you want me to look up the incubation and reproduction process of this alien?
Well, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, maybe. How do I search this up? Alien life cycle, I guess. Because I know in some of the games,
because obviously different ones.
You know what? It looks like I'm not the. Yeah, there's a whole fucking. There's a whole corner of the internet on this. So let's go. I guess we'll go wiki first. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff here. Characteristics, appearance.
The xenomorph has a single host life cycle with obligate parasitoid and free living life stages. The eternal parasitic form of the organism has not been observed nor is depicted in the film. Also unknown is how the chestburster metamorphoses into the bipedal beast that terrorizes the ship.
I mean, we kind of it just. I mean, all we see is it just sheds your skin and that's it. But obviously, it does. There's quite a drastic change. You know, I mean, it goes from 6 legs to 2 legs. You know, like there's a whole. There's a big leap in that process.
But yeah, he's getting his panties in a twist. It's all that diesel fumes.
Yeah.
Getting up.
Here's a fun little thing though, because you know how like when they make like the nest and stuff, when we get to like the second movie and it's all like the walls of the thing is all like black and gooey like they are.
Yeah.
And they do that on purpose so that they can camouflage in the hive for in case anyone's trying to attack the hive. So that's pretty cool. But nothing on the here we go, life cycle. Egg, parasite larval form, known as a face hugger, living host, yada yada yada.
Boom. The Hershey blows.
Absolutely. I do think we talk about like the design and how they shoot it and make it look like it does kind of come apart a little bit here, but I guess it makes sense because now it's supposed to be like, because now she's got the upper hand, so now it's supposed to look like stupid and like weak and whatever, and it doesn't look scary anymore, and that's okay. But it's very clearly for these last couple of shots a bloke in a suit, which it manages to not be that for most of it, even though that's what it is.
And there you go, the final report.
Okay, so they do take on the basic physical attributes of the host. So I guess it's bipedal because John Hurt was bipedal.
But then that would lead you to believe that. I mean, I know in Covenant that isn't that the premise is that they brought all these hosts to the planet to be incubated or whatever, but then they have all the eggs in the that incubation system or whatever.
Yeah, I just want to know how they reproduce. Other than, I mean, maybe they just live. I guess they probably just, if they live long enough, they develop into a full quit. I don't know.
Well, it's all speculative.
It's fine. And now she's going to be in cryo sleep, you know, undramatically for, is it a good 50, 60 years? between this one and the next one?
Let me just check.
I think it's like 50. I'm sure we spoke about it before. I think it's like 53 years. I've got that. I've got 53 or 63 in my head, but we'll find out. Maybe next Easter we'll watch the other one or the next one.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh,
We'll
I don't
see.
want the of the actual...
Unless they make like a whole fuck ton of Easter themed movies between now and then, which I'm sure they won't. Well, I mean, there is a Passion of the Christ 2 coming out, so which is obviously going to deal with the resurrection, I would assume. You know, so that's all very in keeping with the theme, isn't it? The whole life cycle, you know, decay, return, whatever. That's all fun. And, you know, why wouldn't we want to celebrate Mel Gibson here on the Poproast podcast? Obviously, we don't.
Oh, this is good. On the Alien Anthology Wiki, Alien movie, 1979. Time in the movie, date 21/22. Aliens. Oh no, sorry, Alien Alone. Sorry. It said timeline unknown. I was like, well, that's not fucking... That doesn't really help, does it?
You can't put unknown on a wiki.
You can't.
That flies in the face at the point of a wiki.
Yeah. Sorry, that wasn't... That was just... I guess that's... is that a comic book? Aliens Alone?
There's a whole bunch of those, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm just now discovering how many there are. Fuck me, there's...
I don't know how many there are. I've got one of them. I think it's called Alien Rogue something.
I'll find it. But I've got the timeline.
Yeah.
Alien 21/79. So yeah, like what's that? 57 years.
Right, yeah.
22/79.
Yes. I think I don't know if probably the Dark Horse probably don't have it anymore. I assume that maybe Disney and Marvel have it now. But Dark Horse did a load of the
Man, there's so much stuff
of the comics. There's so many. Aliens Rogue, yeah, 94. I've got that one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Anyway, it's created like a whole fucking expanded universe. And again, people don't love the AVP stuff. I think the way they work those two laws in together was really cool. I think they're fine movies. You know, it's...
Well, I'm a massive fan.
Cultural impact, like, and again, I think, you know, the main thing that both of those franchises have in common is, on paper, it's a very, you know, bread and butter, basic, you know, creature feature, but it's just, you just put a little bit of thought, just a little extra, like, juice into, like, the, you know, the creature itself and the sort of the genesis and the kind of lore behind it and everything else, and it shows like how far, you know, that little extra fucking care goes, you know, like, as opposed to like just being like, well, I don't know, it's the blob and it's a blob or whatever, you know, like just a little. All you need is just a couple of dudes, you know, with an airbrush and a pregnancy fetish to just get in there and you create a fun new thing. I was actually surprised because I thought this was I thought it was like based on a book or a short story or something, but obviously when I was like looking up on my extensive research before this, by which I mean like I just zipped down the wiki like that quick, but yeah, it's just an original idea, you know, from 2 or 3 dudes max who just kind of just a confluence, just worked out, just really fucking worked out, and it absolutely holds up. Visually, thematically, it's still tense, even if you know what's happening and what's going to happen. The performances are great, even though they had to surprise the actors with raw meat or whatever they did.
Real guts.
Real guts, no fake guts, just real guts and real glory. And yeah, no, it was fun to revisit that.
Yeah, well, we didn't reveal if both of us, if I didn't like this film. Of course I love it. I love it. I probably do like aliens. You'd have to be an alien yourself to dislike this film.
Yeah, I prefer this one to the second one. I know a lot of people ride.
I don't know, man. I hold them on about equal ground, but obviously, this was the one that broke the mold and started it all.
Well, I'd always prefer something that kind of does, it's like haunted house vibe, It's not even it doesn't even feel like a fair comparison, because they are this one is very much like a slasher horror kind of movie, and the second one is just kind of like a military action movie. So it doesn't even feel like a fair comparison. But obviously that's, why a lot of people like it. You've got some I think the second one probably does have some more memorable characters. I think these characters are more real. In this one, the second one is kind of more like archetypes, and it's just amped up to 11 or whatever. And but yeah, I think tension and the confines and the isolation of it all goes a long way. Same reason I put Terminator 1 over Terminator 2 every day of the week. I like it when it's sort of more of a bare bones underdog kind of, gritty, sort of dirty situation, as opposed to a more glossy thing. Which, not to say it's not glossy, it's still good. And that's not a slight on Aliens, which is obviously, it's still fucking great. But this one, it just hits the buttons, the unlabeled buttons, So
I just wanted to mention, sorry, there on the wiki, there's 16 I just counted short films apparently, and 5 novels, several comics, as well as obviously the films.
So when you say short films, are they fan films? Obviously they're not official things, or maybe they are.
I think they might be offshoots. Alien Covenant Advent, Alien Covenant Prologue, Last Supper, Alien Covenant Phobos, Origins, Prologue The Crossing. I'm gonna have to look into these because I'd be interested to see them, to be honest. If it's anything that fills little gaps and might give you a little bit more lure, might be worth checking out. Some of them might be terrible fan films, fan made.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you can probably buy that suit. You can probably buy a fairly reasonably accurate alien suit online these days. And again, everyone's got fucking good cameras and editing software. You could do a lot with it. So yeah, I'd be interested to check some of them out.
Yeah. Well,
and looking forward to this year soon seeing the new one, First Alien Experience, in a theatre. I think that's coming out. Is it August?
Yeah.
So we'll be getting into that for sure. Meanwhile, coming up, outside of the alien world, and back into the Poproast podcast world. We got Ghostbusters and Kong Godzilla, Roadhouse. We got a few things coming up. I'm not sure if you've seen Ghostbusters yet. I haven't.
No.
But we're going to be maybe we're going to be covering that. We're going to be covering. We're going to do a review of Roadhouse, I think, coming up soon, because that's just come out. I'm looking forward to talking about that. I did watch that last night, so that's fresh in the brain.
Oh, you did. Cool.
Did you watch it as well?
No, not yet.
Okay, then you should do that. But other than that, anything else? As we're wrapping this up, have we aliened enough for one Easter?
I think so, man. I think we've.
What's your egg of choice, George? What are you going to be? What are you going to be cracking open and nibbling on this Easter?
I have no idea.
Are you an egg man? You just do a chocolate bar? Do you do the mini eggs? Do you do like a box of chocolates? What's your thing?
I don't eat much chocolate these days. I used to be a big mini eggs fan, but this year
fucking hate them. Hate them.
Do you really?
I don't need sharp, crunchy, little fucking chalky on my chocolate. Just give me the fucking chocolate. Don't put all your weird, like, fucking powdery, jaggedy. What even is that? What is the coating on a mini egg? Tell me.
It's a sugary shell.
Sugar. You know what? I've got a sugary shell. All right. I don't need a sugary shell. Just get me.
Sounded a bit salty to me.
Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this movie with us. On that note, tell us what you like. Is the sugary shell good? Am I being too salty? What's your poison? What's your sulfuric alien acid of choice around the sugary holiday season? Whatever. If there's something else that you'd like to see us talk about, a watch along, maybe there's a holiday, like a weird, not saying weird, but maybe there's like a something that we haven't heard of that you want us to cover. Is it like, we've already missed it now, but like a steak and blowjob day movie, whatever it is you want us to do, I'll be the steak and we'll work it out for next time. All right. But just leave a comment, click a like, click a subscribe, hit us up on the social medias. You can find us Poproast Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, X. You can get me at Dean Lee Live. You can't get him because he don't want you to, and that's fine. And we'll see you probably in a week or so for our regular scheduled programming. Have I covered it all, George?
I think you have. Right.
Fucking sweet.
In the words of
Peace.
Harry Dean Stanton. Right. Peace. Laters. Happy Easter.
Happy sugar season, everybody.
Enjoy them mini eggs. Don't be salty.
Just
goodbye. What was yours, by the way?
Oh, okay. All right. So, you know what? For years, I used to say, I wish that they did, because you'd buy a chocolate egg and it would just be a generic chocolate egg and it would have the chocolate bar in the thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And for years, I used to say, why can't they do the egg with the stuff that's in the chocolate bar? You know what I mean? And I've always been a big fruit and nut. I've always been a big Cadbury fruit and nut guy, not sponsored, right? And then a few years ago, they answered my prayers. They put the fruit and nut in the fucking the egg. Oh my God. it took society far too long to get there, almost as long as it took us to get to fucking mining for minerals in space, right? It just took way too long, but you can get a fruit and nut in the chocolate of the egg, and you get a bar in there as well. So you absolutely give me the fruit and nut all day, the live long day. You know, I'm just a basic Cadbury's bitch, really, if I'm going to be eating the chocolate, you know. But you put a nice coffee mug in there, that'll get you going a long way as well. So, you know, I'll put my address in the comments if anyone wants to send me some fucking some fruit and nut chocolate. But yeah, that's what I like.
Feeling you'll be hunting before you get sent some chocolate eggs.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'll just get what I'm given because I'm not going out of my way to buy chocolate.
You'll be fine. You got the perfect life form backing you up. I'm sure you'll get some. I'm sure some good Easter chocolate is included in with the the acid in the face and all the other nonsense that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Face hugging, the nonsense.
Lots of face hugging, and I don't even mean with the arms. You know what I'm saying? So on that note,
see you later. Game over, man. Wrong film. Bye. See ya.
Next time, baby, it'll be game over. This game's only just begun.